If you would say who takes the trophy of the Jekyll and Hyde team of the season, it's Arsenal. They are the Jekyll and Hyde team, because I can't work out sometimes if they're actually really good at times or really bad.
Well, let's look back to what happened in midweek and their trip to the Czech Republic. They go into that, 1-1 from the first leg. Slavia Prague had a pretty decent home record from what I can remember, although the actual stat I forget. Yeah. But they go into that one, Arsenal, and I mean, they were 2-3-0 up in a very short space of time. They won that one 4-0, 5-1 on aggregate. It was a blistering, shall we say, performance by Arsenal. Where has that performance been all season?
Well, I'll give you another one there. If you go back to the previous round, they won 3-1 at Olympiacos. 3-1 and comfortable. Then lose at home 1-0. And it was like, that is the same team that won Olympiacos 3-1. I couldn't get my head around that was the same personnel or similar side. Yeah. You know, they were terrific away and lost 1-0 at the Emirates. And that is what Arsenal are. I cannot work them out.
If you can't work it out, you wonder what Mikel Arteta must be thinking.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, Callum Chambers coming back into teams has been a big thumbs up. Yeah. By the way, Sheffield United tried to buy him.
Did they?
Yes.
Oh, another one that got away.
Got away, yes. And he's come into the team, done really well. And he's got great stats on numbers, as in physically. When he was at Southampton, he was known to be the fittest at the club and great runner, up and down, blah, blah, blah. And his career stuttered. It really has stuttered. And he's got back under the team in Arteta at fullback and done really, really well. So that's been a big plus. I think Emil Smith-Rowe has been terrific. I just love watching the kid play. I think he's got that Jack Grealish about him, Jack Wilshere, that he can twist and turn in tight areas, knows when to release the ball, knows when to run into space.
That was for the first goal against Slavia Prague. How he got that out was
He
tremendous.
got one disallowed as well, didn't he?
Moments before.
Yeah. I think he's a terrific player, and I think he's got a hell of a future because he's just got so much ability, and he doesn't have to rely on blistering pace. You know, he's got much more than that. He's one of them. You're not quite sure where his best position is, but he's going to be a big star, I feel, for Arsenal. I like the look of him. He seems to have a great attitude. But predicting Arsenal is nearly impossible. I saw them beat Spurs at the Emirates, and it was a really have a go at Spurs. Close them down, hustle them down. And then I've seen them in other games, and they're standing off the opposition. Liverpool at home, if you had watched the Spurs game, and yes, it was a London derby, and then you'd have said, that team there, watch how they close down, watch how they press, watch how they hustle, make it difficult for Spurs. Then you watch them against Liverpool, it was completely opposite. They were standing off for Liverpool.
A lot of people have been questioning Mikel Arteta in terms of this management spell that he's had at Arsenal. I found it really intriguing how he's trying to find short-term solutions to some of the problems that he's faced. You've mentioned Callum Chambers now. He's been brought into the fold and doing really, really well. Granit Xhaka being put at left-back. It's balmy. It seems balmy on paper, but it's working.
Well, Pepper's done that a lot, hasn't he? Yeah. You know, over his career. And he's obviously learnt at looking at players in different positions. And it can backfire. I do think Arteta has to get to the summer, reorganise, but he will, you know, depending how this season ends up, if they do happen to win the Europa League, but if they don't, you know, what they do business-wise, but he will, the next 10 games of into next season, you know, he will be under pressure, especially if they don't win the Europa League, because there has been too many highs and lows. And when I've seen them good, and I do watch games and think, I can see he's trying to evolve the club. He's trying to change. He's had an element of younger players come in and do brilliantly. He's lost Tierney, he's left back, and he's had lots to deal with. But some of their performances are head-scratching. Yeah. Of 1 week to the next game.
And I think the indifference of Arsenal's season is perhaps summed up by the fact that they haven't won back-to-back league games since January.